Welcome to the Countryside Hobbyist, and today we're off to Framlingham Castle. Framlingham Castle sits in the Suffolk countryside. At first glance, it looks almost unusual. There's no towering central keep like you might expect. Instead, what dominates here is the curtain wall, a continuous defensive ring built in the late 12th century. This design reflects a shift in castle building. Rather than relying on a single stronghold, the strength of Framlingham lies in its perimeter. 13 towers reinforce the wall, creating overlapping fields of defence. You can feel the history underfoot. Generations of soldiers, servants and visitors have worn the stones of the walls smooth. The castle we see today was largely built by Roger Bigod, one of the most powerful nobles in England at the time. His goal was clear: create a fortress that could withstand both attack and political uncertainty. From the top of the wall, the strategic thinking becomes obvious. The surrounding land stretches out in every direction, offering clear visibility for miles. Any approaching force would have been spotted long before it reached the gates. Other local landmarks are clearly visible from the walls, such as Framlingham College. The wall itself is designed for defence at every point. Openings along the battlements allow archers to fire while staying protected. The towers provide vantage points and angles that made it difficult for attackers to find cover. Unlike castles with a central keep as his last refuge, Framlingham's defenders were expected to hold the wall. If the wall fell, the castle fell with it. And this place has seen its share of history. In 1553, Mary Tudor gathered her supporters here after the death of her brother Edward VI. From Framlingham Castle, she was proclaimed Queen of England, a pivotal moment that changed the course of the country's history. But the story of Framlingham Castle didn't end with kings and battles. By the 17th century, the castle had fallen out of its military use. Its grand defensive purpose faded, and the site began a very different chapter. In the 1600s, the inner buildings were adapted to house a poorhouse, and later in the 18th century, it became a workhouse. At its peak, hundreds of people lived within these walls: men, women and children who had fallen on hard times. Life in a workhouse was harsh and strictly controlled. Families were often separated, daily routines were rigid, and conditions could be unforgiving. Where soldiers once stood guard, the poor now lived and worked, relying on the parish for survival. It's a stark contrast to the castle's earlier life, a shift from power and defence to poverty and hardship, all contained within the same walls. The Landman Museum provides a social history of Framlingham in the 19th and 20th centuries. It includes a collection of artwork of the castle over time. And a commemoration of residents of Framlingham that fought and died in the World Wars. Walking along here now, it's easy to focus on the medieval story, the battles, the defences, the drama. But for centuries, this place was something else entirely. The countryside is quiet today, peaceful even, and yet these walls have witnessed both extremes of life, wealth and power on one hand, and struggle and survival on the other. That contrast is part of what makes places like this so compelling. The structure remains, but its purpose has changed again and again over time. The wider village of Framlingham has lots to offer. Medieval churches, fantastic lanes, picturesque scenery. And if you do visit here, don't forget to pop into the Two Magpies Bakery for some fantastic food. So there's our quick visit to Framlingham Castle. I hope to see you again next time, but for now, keep enjoying your hobbies.